look, we're in that afterglow of the draft where everybody had a great draft. Everybody's a playoff contender. Everybody's going to be 14-2, except for the Giants. Everybody has reason to think about what they otherwise will be doing in late January, early February, and maybe they'll be in Miami because their team's going to be in the Super Bowl. So this is part of and this is natural, but it's also part of the manufacturing and selling of hope, even though at the end of the day, it's probably going to be the Patriots again. At least for a while, other teams can think, hey, maybe there's a way it'll be us. And one of the Patriots' biggest rivals, right? The rivalry's back on. That's what Chris Ballard said last year when Josh McDaniels stiff-armed the Colts and stayed with the Patriots as the offensive coordinator instead of becoming the head coach in Indianapolis. The Colts ended up being much better than we thought they would be last year, due in large part to Andrew Luck being healthy. And there's every reason to believe, Chris, that the Colts are going to be, and quietly, right? We're caught up on the Chiefs and the Browns and the Patriots. There's reason to believe the Colts are going to be right there with them when it's all said and done.
Yeah, I mean, yes. I mean, you said it. Andrew Luck, I mean, he was better than we thought he was going to be. The shoulder, reacted better than we were expecting. Frank Reich, we were all going, I mean, can he really be a head coach? He was kind of a last-minute sign there, because Josh McDaniels backed away or backed off. Frank Reich was phenomenal, not only in attitude, but game plan, exposing teams' defensive schemes on a weekly basis. That was amazing. And then, going back to Chris Ballard, hey, the reason they're good is because of Chris Ballard. I mean, there's no doubt about it that Chris Ballard is one of the best GMs in football. He is in that conversation, whether you want to say he's 1, 3, whatever it may be, but he is towards the top. When you can draft guys like Darius Leonard in the second round and other guys that mid-round draft picks who contributed to the team, that's where a team can jump from being average to, playoff fringe. And then this draft, getting 3 picks in the second round, 2 on defense that are, of course, going to help their team. But I look at that 3rd pick in the second round, Parris Campbell, the most explosive receiver in the draft, falling all the way down to the end of the second round to go to an offense that was pretty damn loaded to begin with. Maybe could have used another weapon, but good tight end play. Got a stable of 3 running backs with Nyheim Hines, Wilkins, and Marlon Mack. And then you talk about T.Y. Hilton, Devin Funchess in the offseason, guys like Chester Rogers. And now you got a Parris Campbell guy, Mike, who I kind of compared to like a Percy Harvin coming out of college. I mean, he's a guy that can catch a little short pass and run 80 yards by everybody for a touchdown. He can catch a little speed sweep or a reverse and turn the corner and take it 80 yards to the house. So this offense has a little bit of everything, and they are going to be scary.
Yeah, and, you mentioned Chris Ballard as one of the top GMs in the NFL, and I think he is humble enough and self-aware enough that he would say you can't put him in that conversation until he has a pelt on the wall or a pellet on the horse, as you would say.
Yes.
And I think he'd be fine with that, because why do you want to exhale before you're at the top of the mountain? And you're not at the top of the mountain until you win a Super Bowl. And he's got an owner who keeps promising Super Bowls and has set the standard at 3 in a row. Not just get 1, but 3 consecutively. That's the way that you are judged as one of the best teams of all time. And look, the Colts got a long way to go to get 1, but they're moving in the right direction. Remember when Ballard was with us last year at the league meetings, we asked him how long it would take to really turn this thing around, and he said it's going to take 2 drafts. Well, 1 draft is all it took. And if you're going to get 2 all-pros every draft, you're going to have a dominant team sooner rather than later. Yeah, no, you're exactly right. And that's the beauty of Ballard, is he does seem to find, the correct value and matching it up with, where the value on his board is as far as how good these football players. He doesn't overdraft. He has complete confidence in his ability to evaluate players to go, okay, yeah, I'll pass up this end of the first round pick. There's nobody there that really strikes a need for our team or has a high value. We feel like we can trade down and accumulate more picks, and I can find a guy maybe just as good as the guy that's going to be drafted at the end of the first round, or the value might just be minutely different to where he feels good about it taking it 30 spots later, whatever it is. But that's the beauty of a good football team, is being able to find guys like that on a consistent basis. Ballard's awesome that way, and they've done a good job in free agency too, strengthening their football team too, to where you look
look at the Colts and you look at the AFC South, Mike, and I just go, damn, is that division good? I mean, the Texans aren't going anywhere. I would be shocked if Jacksonville's not better with Nick Foles and some of the things they've done. And then you add the Colts, who are already good and got better this offseason. And yes, the Tennessee Titans, I just go, who gets out of that division right now? Because it's pretty damn stacked.
It may be one of those years where we see the division champion plus 2 wild cards coming from that division.
Yeah.
We've seen that multiple times in recent years. Chris Ballard has done such a good job compiling talent for the Indianapolis Colts that now people involved with turning that talent into positive results, praising what they have. Frank Reich and T.Y. Hilton both see big things coming from the Colts offense. Here they are.
It's funny. I've said this to you guys before, but as a coach, you always feel you so much love the guys you work with that I always think, hey, we don't need anybody else. We already got the best guys in the world playing for us. And then all of a sudden, now you're giving us more. This isn't fair. It's not going to be fair. And then you get a guy that runs 4-3-1. And you just say, it's going to be fun to see these guys work together.
With his offense, it's going to be scary. The offensive line, it starts with them. And they're doing a tremendous job up front, giving Andrew time, giving the quarterbacks time. And then, the running backs make it go, and the tight ends and receiver. We just out there having fun.
Yeah, hey, look, this really can be a great, great offense. And it's all because Andrew Luck is back to who he was. And a year ago, we didn't know he was going to be the guy that he was. It really is remarkable. And my position was, I'm not going to believe it until I see it, because throughout the 2017 season, Chris, I felt like at some level the Colts were lying to us, whether it was intentional or unintentional. I felt like they were deliberately overstating Andrew Luck's health, his prospects, his ability to play, and that ended up being a lost season. And remember, last year, it was in June. He was still not throwing a full-sized NFL football. So there was reason to be concerned. And it's remarkable what he's done to turn his career around and get back to being one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. And as long as you have him playing at that level, this Colts team needs to be taken seriously.
Yeah, they do. They're legit because, as we've seen too many times in Andrew Luck's career, they're within striking distance in the fourth quarter. Watch out. My money's on Andrew Luck in those situations. He delivers more times than not. And, there's a lot of things to like. Hey, the biggest thing, and T.Y. Hilton said it there, and, the reason Andrew Luck got to continue to get better as the year went on is, damn, Jim Irsay. I mean, come on. He built a wall, Mike. It's the best wall we've ever seen, Mike. It's the greatest wall money can buy, the big blue wall. I had to say it.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking. Yeah, I'm not familiar with any of that.
Oh, great. Well, the walls are popular in conversation in our country. Okay, that's just to let you in. I don't know what rock you've been under.
I thought it was slats.
Oh,
they built slats.
Hey,
wall sounds better than
they got
slats.
5 strong slats there. I know that in Indianapolis. They're secured.
We lose sight of that, though. And even at a time where we recognize that quarterback is the most important aspect of a team, and the second most important is getting to the quarterback from the defensive side, we continue to gloss over. And it's the way it's always been with football. And I don't know why that is. But those 5 guys, tackle to tackle, who are responsible for opening running lanes, responsible for keeping the quarterback upright, and doing all sorts of complicated movements together in certain types of offenses, they just get taken for granted. And they only get noticed when they stink. When they're good, it's someone else who gets the praise. But we really need to appreciate what they've put together. The Quentin Nelson pick last year was masterful because not only does he come in with a high degree of ability, he sets the tone for the other guys. And you need that guy who becomes the alpha dog among the offensive linemen. And if you can keep those guys healthy all year long, and it's the same combination, it's so much easier to know what to do, when to do it, how to move in unison, instead of breaking in some new guy that doesn't know what the hell he's doing. And we need to come up with a better way to properly praise these guys. That's my challenge to you. We need something for this season, whether it's a weekly award, whether it's for an entire offensive line, whether it's for one offensive lineman, something to really show the connection between what they do every play and what the guys who rack up the fantasy football stats. You've come up with your F up the play stat for the defensive player.
Yep.
That's the challenge. I need something from you on the offensive side of the ball that lets us shine a brighter light on the importance and value of an offensive line?
I will work on that because I think that's a very valid point. And, to what you're saying, too, you look at a lot of the top offenses in football, the top teams in football, one thing they had was good offensive lines. I mean, that's just really, there's no other way to really talk about it. Their ability to dominate up front, run the ball when need be, pass protect the quarterback. And O-linemen, yes, they are, you hit on so many good points. They got to work in unison. It's got to be a unit together. There's got to be a lot of communication at the line of scrimmage and how to block certain plays, how to pick up blitzes. Oh, wait, the quarterback's checking. We got to get into this play, and we got to now change our blocking scheme and get to this. All of that goes along, let alone when you have 5 guys that are on the field all together. It gives the offensive play caller and the offensive game plan designer the confidence to put more and more on the offensive line to go, ooh, this is complicated, but damn, these 5 have been together for a while, and there's great communication, so I can put a little more on their plate. And that's when offenses can start to break, molds and start doing special things. And that's really what they do. They have the best offensive line in football. You said it, Quentin Nelson's a great driving force behind that. And O-linemen are just so conservative by nature. They're not usually boisterous or loud that you're exactly right. They don't get the attention they deserve.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.